All right, we're live. It is the Johnston RV Center Saturday preview presented by Champy's Chicken. Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. We are live at the Flora-Bama. It is Army-Navy Day.
Army-Navy Day.
Army-Navy Day. Always one of the biggest parties here at the Flora-Bama. This room where we are in, this room we're broadcasting from, will be absolutely packed today with active duty, Army and Navy, and retired military and their families, and just innocent bystanders wanting to watch a good show, and it'll be an amazing atmosphere.
Yeah, look, it is arguably the best rivalry in all of sports, and this game, not only is it a great rivalry, it means something today. Commander-in-Chief trophy is up for grabs.
That's right. And you and I are on opposite sides of the way we think the game's going to go today.
We got a little early Army-Navy steak bet, maybe?
I don't know. That could be Army. Is that Army? Navy?
Yeah, I'm not going to give you my lean yet because I got it on lanceslike.com.
Could go either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know who I am, Jim. I'm America.
You're American.
I'm pulling for the country.
I'd like the Army all
lose.
week. I don't know why I always cheer for Army in this game. Why is that?
They got better uniforms.
I think it is. The black and gold is the blue.
I would disagree. No. I think Navy's got the better uniform.
I think Army's got the better uniform.
I've always liked the Army.
So here's the weird thing, and I was talking to one of our veterans earlier. I grew up in Anniston, Alabama, and Fort McClellan was the military base there. I don't know if you guys have ever spent any time near there. So I went to school at Saks with a bunch of Army kids. We called them Army brats, right? They would come in, they'd be at school 3 or 4 years and unfortunately would get transferred.
Yeah, and those kids, I mean, they lived a rough life.
They did,
in the regard of, can you imagine uprooting and leaving friends, making new friends, uprooting again? I mean, it was a nonstop cycle.
It was tough, and you would get to know them. And one cool thing, though, Lance, is I graduated, went to school with people that are all over the world now. You kind of see them on Facebook, and you're like, wow, they live in Okinawa, Japan, or something like that. But even growing up in an Army community, I always pull for Navy in this game, and I do not know why.
Today, the midshipmen are paying tribute to the U.S. Submarine Strike Force. The uniforms designed specifically with the group's nickname, the Silent Service, because, they have to be so quiet.
Yeah,
right.
Please explain it.
Yeah, like you're a 12-year-old. Meanwhile, the dog-faced soldiers uniform for Army today. Named for the official song of the 3rd Infantry, and they'll have that desert look today.
I like that sand look. I really do.
Yeah,
I think that's
a cool look.
Good uniform. I'm going to give you guys the stat that's going to blow you away.
Is this an Army-Navy stat?
No, this is Navy this year.
Oh, okay.
So it's either defense is lights out or they get beat. When they allow more than 7 points, they're 1-6.
So if you score a touchdown on them, you got a shot.
You probably win the game.
Yeah.
They have 3 shutouts this year. That is tied for the most in the FBS along with Penn State.
How about that?
Yeah. So their defense can be lights up, and it's the only way they win games.
Anytime we do a show like this, you start to learn about people that have military connections. Karen in the chat there, her dad, a World War II Navy vet, but she loves the Army coach. I don't know if she means the basketball coach that's on our show or the actual Army football coach.
Jeff Munkin is who she's probably referring to.
Bob, my dad was in the Navy. My father-in-law was Army in Vietnam. Go USA. So he's just pulling for the U.S. like me. Let's see. We got a bunch of Brett, one of our longtime members of our audience, an Army veteran, Brett from New Mexico.
Yep.
Weighing in with Go Army Beat Navy today. So he's fired up for it.
It's not good for my Army team. I'll tell you that today, because apparently the worst unit on the field today, by football standards, is Army's rush defense. And if you can't play run defense in this game,
that's a problem.
Usually you're in trouble.
That's going to be a problem.
Because I would put the over-under total passes at 12.5 probably.
Well, I think we're going to air it out more today.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you got this thing broken down.
I think Army will throw at least 8 passes themselves.
Okay, so is this the 1981 AFC Championship between the Chargers and the Bengals, or the original game? Was it Chargers-Dolphins? Kellen Winslow's limping off the field.
Yeah, they played 8 hours.
You brought this up. This is usually this game's historically in Philadelphia. 90 times out of 123 previous meetings have been in Philly. It's the first time ever in Boston. And they're doing this because it's 250 years ago for the Boston Tea Party. All right? I just saw this. 342 chests of tea is what was thrown into the harbor on that day.
That seems significant. 342, huh?
Yes.
So basically the British were just like, y'all take the ship, man. We ain't fighting back. I mean, that's a lot of tea.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is.
Just to prove
they were pissed, Lance.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't know how good you guys are with American history.
Oh,
The Americans on that day, the Patriots in this case,
right.
were dressed up. They were in disguise. What were they disguised as?
Redcoats.
They were not.
Silent service.
Do I need to ask Sean McDermott?
This is the worst family feud ever.
They were disguised as Native Americans.
They were Mohawk Indians.
Yeah, I thought I remember that now. Yeah,
Mohawk Indians. Yeah,
so
they were disguised as Indians when they got on there and threw the tea into the water.
Yeah, I mean, how did that fool you when they hung over? Like when I see John Wayne as Genghis Khan, I'm like, that guy's not Asian.
He is not. So they dressed up as Indians and threw a bunch of tea in the harbor, and that just started a whole bunch of crap that ended up in us being a country. Basically.
250 years later, look at us now.
That's right.
I've never been a tea guy. You guys?
Oh yeah, I like tea. Yeah,
I mean, I like sweet tea on ice, but like hot tea.
The hot tea, no, I'm not a big fan.
Does anybody drink hot
Maggie
tea?
My wife drinks
Of course
it.
she does.
Yeah,
British Maggie.
She has tea time every day.
Yep.
Her and her little hard cookies.
Yep. Those are awful.
Yep.
John says, one of my favorite games of the year. Never been in the military, so I cannot pull for one or the other. I just love both original uniforms. I do like the fact that they pay tribute, but I do like their classic uniforms too.
I typically cannot watch a game unless I've got a rooting interest.
All right.
So I make it like if I'm turning on a game, I'll at least put a wager on it.
Today?
Yeah, I've got a side on this.
He's got a side, lanceslock.com, right? You got a bunch of plays up. Some have just, I think one of the hoops games is gone already, hasn't it?
I don't think it went that early.
All right.
Tennessee's underway. Alabama plays Purdue at 12:30 on Fox. Auburn has Indiana at 1 o'clock on ESPN2. A ton of good games. Tennessee is playing right now on the set up monitors to the side of us today.
Yeah, Tennessee and Illinois. So how many plays you got up today, Lance? Lanceslight.com.
We have a total of, I'm counting college basketball. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 10 total plays.
10 total plays.
8 college basketball. We've got one of the NBA, and we have got the side in the Army-Navy game.
Should we do an office pool here at the Flora-Bama? More Lance's plays today or passes in the game? That'd be a pretty good over-under.
Think I'll go passes?
I don't know, though, because I think it's going to be a tight game.
Yeah. So if you got 10 plays, so if we made passes at 10.5.
I probably would lean over there. I wouldn't feel great about it.
Yeah.
You remember last year we got an overtime, and that's the only reason we got the first over in the last 17 years.
Because it went OT.
Yeah.
Yeah, in regulation, that one doesn't go over.
The show is brought to you today by a couple of great folks.
Yep.
But before we get to that, Brownie,
right?
Can you explain to everyone about our new acquisition that we're taking back from here back to our studios?
Well, we got 2 of them. This is a reconditioned, shut NextRound helmet. And I know what the next thing is going to be. Are those going to be available in the store? Can we get many ones in the store?
Possibly.
Yeah, I know that's going to be, as soon as this starts showing up, that's going to be the next question. We'll work on that. But one of our great audience members brought 2. He and his son reconditioned them.
Yeah, so Jason Smith.
Yep.
And he's our buddy Nick Johnston's buddy.
That's right.
But I want to give him credit.
After last night, we need to check and make sure Nick is still claiming him.
Baylor
Smith.
So Baylor Smith is a student at Ohatchee, and this is a former Ohatchee Indians helmet. And they reconditioned. It's the perfect color scheme for us with the black stripe and the white helmet. They painted it, reconditioned the helmet, put the logo on it.
Yeah, we would go all whites with black piping.
Yep. Maybe some red in there. And brought them to us, brought 2. He asked if we would autograph one of them, which is quite an honor, and allowed us to have the other one for display. So we're going to have that out anywhere we go. We'll throw that football helmet out there. Basketball
really
show,
cool.
doesn't matter. We'll do a football helmet.
Yeah, I like that a lot.
Those are really cool.
The matte paint, I like that a lot too. It's not shiny or anything.
It helps us too. So yeah, that is so awesome. But he's down here with Nick Johnston. Johnston RV Center brings you the show every Saturday. Here's the deal with Johnston RV Center. They've got that Forest River Expo stuff rolling in, man, and they got to make room for it at both stores. You guys have responded so well that they just got a bunch of previously owned stuff there. So it's still a great time to go see America. I mean, you could get one. Nick, they could get an RV and have it ready to go to Pasadena, right? I mean, you can turn it around that quickly. Yeah. I mean, so drive it out to Pasadena and then don't even come back to Birmingham. If Alabama wins, just take straight to Houston. I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 indicator, always online, johnstonrvcenter.com. And we tell you almost all the time we talk about Johnston RV Center. They feel about the military the way we do, that America is the greatest country in the universe because of the United States soldier. So they honor them, whether you're active duty or retired military, by giving you a great discount. Just ask them at Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online, johnstonrvcenter.com, and Champy's world famous fried chicken as well.
But Nick Johnson is here, by the way, so let's give it up for Nick Johnson, a great American.
Yeah,
success story.
One of our favorite people.
Sterling of Champy's Chicken couldn't be here. He's filming a movie across the globe, but he did send this video accepting the award today. No, Sterling, right there on Highway 119 in Alabaster, great fried chicken. If you're ever in the area, leaving the beach, heading back home, it's a great place to stop and say hi. It's a destination location. If you just like good Southern fried chicken, brines it overnight, cooks it to order, hand-cut chicken fingers. But if you go by there, if you don't like tamales and you've never tried a Mississippi Delta recipe tamale, best tamale. Don't even eat the other ones. Don't waste your time. Mississippi Delta recipe tamales right there at Champy's Chicken, champyschicken.com.
Sure.
Before we get back to Army Navy, quickly, and all your comments in the chat room, couple of things in the portal have happened overnight. Quick reaction from these guys. Dylan Gabriel picks Oregon. He decides on Oregon. What do you think?
Look, I think it's a great choice from him. I told you he's living the life. Central Florida, Oklahoma, now Oregon, every region, big-time football, great player. He will be the most experienced quarterback coming back next year. And I think for Dan Lanning, you go from the guy that will this record will never be broken. Bo Nix to start 61 games in college football. But Dylan Gabriel, I think, is approaching like 50-something.
He's been around.
It'll get close there. But you go from a very experienced quarterback to another experienced quarterback. So this is a big get for Dan Lanning, and I think it's a great fit.
Yeah, I don't know what their place is going to be in the Big Ten. I just don't know what to expect out of Oregon in the Big Ten.
I would put them right now probably the fourth best team in the Big Ten.
And I was going to ask you, though, where are they quarterback-wise in the Big Ten starting next year?
So J.J. McCarthy's gone.
Yep.
We don't know what. Let's say Cam Ward comes in.
Ohio State's in reset. You think Cam Ward may go there?
Yeah, I don't know what's going to happen. I think Malachi Nelson's probably your guy, USC. I think Dylan Gabriel might be the best quarterback.
That's what I was about to say. There's a chance they start their Big Ten journey with the best quarterback in the league.
Yep.
And, that is –
defensive-minded coach. I mean, that's
Well, and here's the thing about Dylan Gabriel. So he's a guy that's probably too small to play in the NFL.
Yeah.
And he's probably just a little bit too slow, lacking arm strength just a little bit. But he is a guy that can play excellent point guard. And watching Bo Nix this year was a master of that offense, and that's exactly what Dan Lanning wants, and that's what you get with Dylan Gabriel.
Pooh Paul, love the name, from Arkansas. He picks Ole Miss. Our old buddy Pete Golding there, good linebacker, will help them. Remember Brock Vandergrift picked Kentucky. He also gets wide receiver Raymond Cottrell from Texas A&M to come with him to Kentucky, so he's got a throwing mate there. And then another quarterback to the SEC, Blake Shapen, picks Mississippi State from Baylor.
I find this interesting with Jeff Lebby. Obviously, Jeff Lebby scanned the room and decided I'm going to do a little shopping at quarterback. Blake Shapen had some moments at Baylor, though.
Yeah, no, he did. Not a bad quarterback at all. I thought for a minute, and I think it was Tom Luganville I was having the conversation with, about Dylan Gabriel, and he said, I think it would be a good move for Gabriel to go with Lebby to Mississippi State. And obviously, Oregon's a much more prestigious program, and you have an opportunity to win a championship there. But I think this is interesting. Shapen, if he can stay healthy, he's had some injuries, but he can be a solid quarterback. Yeah. I wonder where Will Rogers ends up.
I don't know.
I'd go to Western Kentucky.
Would you?
They're used to throwing the ball.
Tyson Helton, quarterbacks put up numbers up there, don't they?
Yeah, I'm sure Will Rogers probably thinks he's worth a little bit more and is going to be an NFL guy. I don't see it.
But, you can make the NFL from Western Kentucky.
Bailey Zappi starting
Bailey Zappi is a starter in the NFL.
That's right, for the Patriots.
It's a bad starting job, but it's a starting job.
More Army-Navy talk coming up in a second. And also, a little bit later on, we'll be out on the beach with the Santa drop. We'll have a live picture of that. Buddy the Elf is going to be running around here somewhere. Probably, would you say, the largest, tallest Buddy the Elf in history?
I don't know. How tall is Will Ferrell?
They're the same size, 6'5".
Yeah. Okay. So I think it's actual size of Buddy the Elf.
He's to scale.
Yeah, he is to scale.
He's back there eating. What does he like to drink? Syrup or something like that?
He's got 5 food groups. It was candy canes,
cotton candy, sugar, syrup,
and what was the other?
I can't remember the other one.
I've seen it a million times.
I know.
Yep, that's what Buddy the Elf. So he's going to be here. And then I tried to explain this first to my wife, and then to some other great Patriot females who, don't mind good-looking guys.
Okay.
About the trip to the Flora-Bama today.
What a weird description
no, I'm
that
just
was.
saying. Last
Wait,
year,
do it again.
Yeah, all right, what?
last year when we were here, I was trying to explain to my wife. She's like, "What's the crowd like?" And I said, "Well, if you're in your 20s and single and a female, you're gonna love it at the Flora-Bama on this day because when we get ready for the game here,
Well, Elton John would have loved it, right?
yeah, exactly. When we get to the game here, this place we'll be 200 deep here, and about 100 of them will be 20-something guys who are either active or, or just out of the service serving our country, and then they'll go after the game and enjoy the great music all night long. If you're a fairly attractive female here tonight, it is fish in the barrel night at the Flora-Bama.
Fairly attractive.
Yeah,
so
You don't have to be fairly attractive here.
quite the setup for Dunaway.
I'm just saying, if you're in the area and you're a female listening to us tonight,
and you consider yourself.
If I was a beat up woman looking for companionship, I would come to the Flora-Bama.
so today's a great day to be here.
Yeah,
It's a
it
great,
really
great day
is.
to be American.
Your odds are great.
Yeah, you're going to usually probably get free drinks here tonight. So it's a fun day at the Flora-Bama. A lot of festivities coming up, including the Santa drop, which LT described the worst scenario ever yesterday. But we'll have positivity.
I mean, I look at every angle. I'm just saying this is the well-oiled machine that is the Flora-Bama.
Right.
I was just checking if they had a contingency plan if his chute doesn't open.
Just in case Santa goes down.
Our audience always likes when we do about last night at the Flora-Bama. So let's just relive what went on here last night. I thought the bands were fantastic down in the dome.
Well, the first band, I was telling Jack, I called between bands, so I don't even know what time that first band got off.
Their name was Yeah, Probably.
Yeah, but they were playing. They did some Blackstreet. They did some Ed Sheeran. They did some Outkast. I mean, they were all over the place.
Did some Prince. Did some Commodores.
I thought they were great. And then if you like funk and like, how would I describe this band?
The Funky Lampshades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it's in their name.
Yeah, it is. Funky Lampshades. What? Oh, we got a Navy guy here. Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's gonna be maybe a long day for you, sir.
Dunaway's on the other side.
Yeah.
The Funky Lampshades, the band you're talking about there.
Yeah,
there we go. And then Ryan Dyer was here in this room, and he's fantastic.
He really is good.
Really, really good.
You can't go wrong, man. There's something and the way they get this thing worked, I learned this last night, should have known. Like, you're always going to get live music. So if you're in here and somebody takes a break, you can walk downstairs.
Right.
And you're never going to have two acts at the same time.
That's right. Nobody's in intermission at the same time. Yeah.
So music's always going. And also, as I learned last year when we were here at December, this is sort of the last time you get the full, like I used to do back in the old days, there were these telethons that were on television. And I was always the guy that got to toss to the big tote board.
Right.
Where are we on the tote board? And, as the telethon would go on, the numbers would get bigger and bigger. And then you would reach a certain point and then confetti would blast and everybody would be happy. Well, down in the dome, you start off in January with no bras.
That's right.
On the wiring up there. And then by the time you get to December here, I mean, it's full down there right now.
Yeah, they're about to take them off.
It's packed.
Yeah,
I got breaking news.
Oh, wow. And what does it have to do with bras?
I mean, it's pretty important for what's going on here, festivities. Unfortunately, due to weather, Santa cannot fly.
That is not true. It's sunny outside.
Do you trust Jennifer Parnell, who was on Mystery Fifth Hour?
I do trust Jennifer Parnell, Director of Marketing here at Flora-Bama.
She said, I'm going to need to hear it from her directly.
I mean, you look at the text.
Can she walk up here and tell us this on the show?
I will get her to come up here and tell you. But she said Santa can't fly, so we will have him arrive by, he'll be escorted into the tent by Buddy the Elf.
Well, that sucks. I didn't think it was raining. I mean, I'm looking at the look right here at my weather app, ABC 3340 weather app. There's not a drop of rain. Ask her what the crap's going on.
I was on the beach earlier. It was 72 and sunny. It was like Chamber of Commerce Day.
It's raining? Oh, windy?
It's windy. It's too windy.
Well, I got it southeast at 12. I mean,
okay, there she is. She can tell you.
Come here, Jennifer.
Get on the microphone.
Your headset's right down here. This is Jennifer Parnell, Director of Marketing. Everybody give Jennifer a round of applause.
Thank you, Jennifer.
She's awesome. She is awesome.
Very festive, by the way.
Very festive. She dresses this way all the time. It's not just for Christmas.
They don't believe me. They're like, we've got to have Jennifer tell us.
Yeah.
There you go.
What the crap, Jennifer? What?
I know. Santa was just about to get that situated.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
you're good.
Well, you put them on backwards.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah.
No, he was about to take off, but due to weather, he can't. So he's just going to arrive in the
Because
tent
of wind?
because of wind.
What a poon.
I know. He needs to man up and just do it.
Right. This is Army Navy.
I mean, certainly, like when he has to deliver all those presents every year, it's not perfect weather.
No, exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
This makes it more interesting.
So what is the wind
This
threshold?
brings my situation into play.
There you go.
What is the Santa wind threshold here? Do you know? Because
I
I've got
don't.
it at 12 on my phone.
Well, it must be 12.
Was it
Clearly, that's above.
Yeah.
Yes.
Was
Yeah.
it really wind or was it wind?
Well, it's Flora-Bama, so it's probably late
Yeah.
night
Yeah.
last night.
Santa on the old Bushwackers, you
Well,
think?
do it.
Yeah.
Santa down there with the funky
You
And
know-
milk and
lampshades.
cookies,
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? About 2:00 in this room, you probably would have like 50 guys that would be like, "We'll do it."
Oh, for sure. I mean, Santa's still coming. He's just not going to parachute in.
Okay.
The Grinch is down there right now.
Yeah. Is the Grinch going to be the
Terrorizing
one that
kids.
brings him in?
For sure. It's
Yeah.
actually the Grinch's fault.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
The Grinch turned on the wind machine.
Is,
Yeah, like,
is
how dare
Brandon the
you.
Grinch?
Maybe. You don't know.
Yeah.
I love how everybody like pitches in and everybody's got a role.
Well,
Yeah.
what we wanted to do is
Our
have
girl
the Grinch-
Denise, by the way, met me with Uncrustables when I walked in.
Oh, see, she's the best.
I
How long
know.
has she been working here, by the way?
Gosh, she's probably been here like 10 years or so.
Okay, she's
Yeah.
incredible.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
But we wanted to have the Grinch, Buddy the Elf, and Santa DJ before Jack show tonight. Hype
Oh,
up the crowd.
is that going to
I like
happen?
that.
I'm working on it. I'm
Are
like
you?
this close.
You're that close?
Yeah.
Who's not committing?
Brandon,
Which one's Brandon?
he's going to be Santa.
He's going to be Santa?
hmm
Well, why
Oh.
can't you DJ?
I could do it. I can
Okay.
appear in this.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got a good playlist to hype up the crowd.
Yeah.
So Brandon's your husband?
Yeah.
And would fit Santa. Is he sort of round?
He's not. He's actually a slender Santa.
Wow.
Okay.
Oh, by the way,
Do you want to do it?
hey,
The round jokes continue.
so
You
last
set
night
yourself
I
up
was
for that.
talking to my girl Maddie, and she said Dunaway still brought it up, the round shape.
Oh, you brought
He
it up again this morning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we're
well,
working at it.
first thing he
He's
saw
drinking
Jennifer.
water or something.
Yeah. You know what he told Jennifer?
Yes.
You know what he told Jennifer? He said, when we're back here for the start of summer show, I'm going to have the hardest body on the beach.
No, he committed to doing the hot body contest.
He
at
did, the hot body
Molotov.
contest at
Oh.
Molotov.
What
Wow.
date is that?
It'll be April 26th.
Yeah,
April 26th. Best shape of my life.
Yeah, I
right?
can't wait.
That's right.
Okay.
Yep, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
You,
You
said
know,
it on air. You're
so
gonna
one
do the
time
hot body
Dunaway said what was the weight Dunaway was
He
going to
just
be?
needs to go from chewed gum to a stick of gum.
Yeah.
I don't think you're ever going to get to.
What was the weight? What was the weight he was going to be, Lance? Do you remember?
I don't remember. He
It-
just said that he was going to be in the. He was about to start his weight training.
No,
yeah.
he
this
said,
was before we went out to I forget which national championship trip. There's so many of them.
they
in
all
the
run
state.
together. Yeah.
But I was shooting.
That was
to
a
be
dig at you, by
Yeah,
the
it
way.
was.
171. I was shooting for 171. And
And-
LT had the greatest quote of all time on the
He
show.
said, Dunaway, you won't be 171 till you're 6 months post-mortem.
Oh God.
6 months in the ground.
Brutal.
Next
6
time,
months in the
171.
ground.
I mean, I just didn't see it, and then he started he looked like Montgomery Burns from The Simpsons. He stopped eating.
I did.
just to prove a point.
I went on a starvation diet and hit 163.
I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah.
It's not.
I can only
Yeah.
prove him wrong so many times.
Yeah, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was one of them.
All right. So no Santa drop, but Santa's still going to be here.
Definitely still going to be here.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so the most politically incorrect show you will ever see
This one?
will be what we will see at 5:30 with Big Earl.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's
Good
incredible.
job.
Like I tell people, and I think like everybody that comes here, there's so many different varieties of people, but everybody they let their hair down, and
Yeah.
so I think everybody can respect what he's doing.
Oh, he's an entertainer. He's the best at it. But the best thing to do is if you've never been, you go watch people and their face. Set one, it's very shocked.
Yep.
Like they're
Yeah.
I don't know. Set two, a little bit. And by the end, they're like rolling, laughing. I think it's
Yeah.
the best thing.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very politically incorrect. That is a great way.
Yeah,
to put it.
I there was somebody in a wheelchair and something he said one of the
Yep.
times I saw him.
Brandon helped me write that wheelchair song.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
They wrote it together.
Damn,
Yeah.
so you're proud of your husband, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, tell them real quick. So you guys have been on the boat before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, I know this story. This is crazy.
Yeah, so her husband tried to show off in front of the kids. Was it 4th of July?
Yep, it was.
Yeah, tell them the
Mhm.
story.
Was this on
Backflip
the
Brandon.
on the Flora-Bama boat?
Yeah.
On the line?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that boat, the front is a little higher. It's higher off the ground.
Right.
He thought it was a little bit deeper, and so he did a backflip off the front, and he stuck the landing.
Uh-huh.
Stuck it, but
Yep.
his ankle is in an L shape.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah.
Paul Register sent me the picture
Paul
of
was there.
it. Awful.
Yeah, and then we're on the water, and we're like, okay, we have to get to a hospital now, but we don't have any. Like, I'm in a swimsuit. I've got nothing.
Like if you're in Jamaica, he probably loses his leg, right?
Probably, yeah. But we found a way to get to land, and then we got in the ambulance and we went to the hospital, and everyone else partied on for July 4th.
Y'all let me know how it goes.
How many surgeries though?
Only one surgery.
Okay.
But he was in a wheelchair for a while after that.
Yeah.
It was pretty good break.
Yep.
But he's good now.
And he's going to be
He's
Santa
staying
tonight.
in upright.
Yep.
He's going to be DJing.
DJ and Santa.
Yeah.
Yep.
We'll see how much
yet.
pull you have.
Okay. I'm working on it.
All right, Jennifer Parnell, Director of Marketing. She was with us yesterday on the Mystery Fifth Hour. If you have not gone and seen it, go watch it.
Got good feedback on that.
Great, yeah. People are
Great.
really enjoying it. Some great Flora-Bama stories from Jennifer.
Oh, yeah.
And she
There's
always
plenty.
does a great job hosting us.
Hopefully there'll be more stories today.
Yes. Thank you, Jennifer.
You're
Good luck with
welcome.
Santa. All right, no Santa drop, but we got Santa coming in anyway.
No Santa drop. How do
I'm
we
very
bounce back with
disappointed.
that?
We were going to show it live. We showed it live last year.
We'll have to show his entrance live, maybe.
We can do that. Hey, Chris says all his family members in the service are Marines. That's a branch of the Navy. So I guess he's pulling for Navy, right? What's the old saying, though, the Marines have? So we've got some Army people that are here, some Navy people that are here. And I think the Marines used to say Navy's the Uber for the Marines. Yeah, that's pretty good. Pretty good. The one I heard was Army's, let's see. The Marines say Army's terrible, Navy's worse, and the Air Force is barely on our side. That was the old Marines.
What do they say about Coast Guard? You remember the movie
Coast Guard.
Son of a Woman?
Yeah.
And Colonel Frank Slade is Al Pacino, and he gets pulled over driving that Ferrari or
Yeah.
Lamborghini. And he's like, I serve too. The cop that pulls him over, and he's like, what branch? He's like, Coast Guard. And he's like, oh, God.
Timmons, United States Marine Corps, 03 to 07, 10 Marine assignments on today's Navy team, he says. So if you're looking for a little edge there, Dunaway, you got 10 Marines on the Navy team, but you're on the wrong side.
I picked Army to win the game, but everything I've researched this morning, I probably should have researched before I made my pick.
Oh, really? You think so?
It seems so Navy. I read something that says worst unit on the field, Army's rush defense. Best unit on the field, Navy's rush defense. In this game, it seems like if you can stop the run,
You've got a
good.
first-year coach, though, going against the better coach is Jeff Monken.
Yeah, you're talking about Brian Newberry.
If Bryson Daly is the better quarterback. He's one of 5 FBS players that has run and thrown for 800-plus yards. So, I mean, he's one of the better quarterbacks that Monken's had.
And they beat Air Force 23-3.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to Air Force. Air Force
That
was
was
like a juggernaut early on.
That was one of the weirdest outcomes of the whole college football season, actually.
It
It
really
went under
was.
the radar a little bit.
Because I was calling for them early in, or probably late September, early October. They were going to be the Group 5 team that gets a New Year's 6.
And they didn't just lose that game. They got scalded.
Yeah.
I mean, that was crazy. It wasn't just an upset. It was a beatdown of an upset. That was a weird game.
One thing you can count on, though, is it's going to be a close game. 7 of the last 9 have been one-score games. So probably going to stay within a one-score game the whole way through.
Do you guys remember when Navy just completely dominated the series?
Yep, I do.
Yeah, 2002 through 2015, Navy won 14 straight.
That's what we call the Coach Ken era. Basically, it was Paul Johnson and Coach Ken, right?
Yep.
And in that era, they dominated when they were running the heck out of the triple option.
Then Army won 3 straight, and then it was an Army loss, Army win, Army loss, Army win.
That shirt does sum it up, though. I mean,
Army because no one played Navy as a kid.
That's true,
right? So good.
I mean, you even had some kids that were Indians against the Cowboys, but I've never. You play Army, nobody played Navy. That's pretty incredible.
That is a fantastic.
Can you stand up? Can I get a picture of that again?
Absolutely.
Fantastic. That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, do we have any Florida State fans in the crowd? I'm just wondering.
No, they're on the basketball season, Lance.
I guess.
Yeah.
Do we have any fans of the selection committee in the crowd?
Probably a few of those, if I had to imagine.
Yeah, roll tide.
Yeah, there's something like the way it went.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yeah.
The couple of awards came out yesterday. Heisman tonight, 7:00 on ESPN. Will Reichard, all-time leading scorer in NCAA football history.
Groza?
Did not get the Grosser Award. They give it to the kid from Miami of Ohio.
Well, what was that kid's? What were his stats? Did you look at them?
I don't know.
I can pull them up.
You know, that would have been cool for Reichard, but you would rather be the all-time
of course.
leading scorer, and he's got an opportunity to win a national championship. And I think it's cool for a guy that plays at Miami of Ohio to get recognized.
Now, that kid Dunaway was 26 of 27, so that ain't bad.
Right. 26 of 27,
Yeah.
Miami of Ohio.
Miami of Ohio.
Those pressure kicks you get there on Maction on Tuesday.
I mean,
Those Tuesday night
The
kicks.
fact of the matter is Reichard forgot how to kick at the end of the season a little bit.
you can't tell me Riker kicked a lot of pressure kicks either this year. I mean, I know you're going to take a shot at Maction guy.
There were some pressure kicks.
Some.
Yeah.
But, I mean, most of Reichard's kicks, the Bama's up 20. I mean, when is he
I hate to go back to the Iron Bowl, but that one he missed down there looked pretty important at the time.
Exactly. He was 20 of 23, record
but
was.
the one he missed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That was a pressure kick, though.
Yeah.
I think it was partially blocked. I don't think it was his fault. But the most egregious award yesterday that was given to someone else went to Marvin Harrison Jr. over Malik Neighbors for the Bolitnikoff by one vote.
Yep.
By one vote.
Did you vote, Dunaway?
Can I just tell you that I forgot to vote?
And who would you have voted for?
I would have voted for Malik Neighbors.
Yeah,
So what would they have done in the push?
I don't know. I guess they would have given it to both of them.
Damn, Dunaway.
So I didn't vote.
Cost your conference.
I didn't vote, and I cost Malik Neighbors.
Okay, I think Marvin Harrison Jr. will end up being the better NFL player, but Malik Neighbors had the better year.
Malik Neighbors over Marvin Harrison Jr. by about 335 yards and receptions. Touchdowns were the same, though, Lance, at 14. Marvin Harrison Jr. only had 67 catches this year. 67 catches. It feels like it was a lot more than that.
Well, here's a couple of things. I think he's got the name, he's got the program, but I think a lot of people looked at this and they were like, well, one is playing with the Heisman Trophy winner in Jaden Daniels. The other is playing with the guy that transferred out in Kyle McCord.
Yeah. Roma Dunze is a guy that I would not have a problem at all getting consideration for this. His numbers were actually more like Malik Neighbors' numbers than Marvin Harrison.
I've said this before, and that's why I thought it was such a joke that Marvin Harrison Jr. is a Heisman finalist.
Yeah.
Because Odunze and Neighbors have better numbers.
Listen, that is all marketing. It is all his name, which, his dad, Marvin Harrison, was an incredible NFL receiver, Hall of Fame receiver, and his school, Ohio State.
Yeah.
If his name were Marvin Thompson and he played for Purdue with these exact numbers, he's not even in this discussion.
If it's Marvin Thompson, he's at Ohio State.
Yeah, probably
not going to happen.
Yeah.
For those watching around the country, wherever you are, it is currently 73 degrees, apparently some wind outside, but it is sunny and just beautiful weather down here. They're playing football outside at South Dakota State right now. 1 quarter in the FCS playoffs, South Dakota State, who's won 26 straight, leads Villanova 3-0. The story here is it is 29 degrees and Santa couldn't drop there either. They're playing in 45-mile-per-hour wind in Brookings.
Well, boy, you don't kick it all.
So when I lived in Kansas for that summer, that was common, 45-mile-an-hour winds, and it's disorienting. Like if you walk in it for a little bit, boy, that is brutal.
Yeah, I saw some pre-games as the kickers were warming up, and they were trying extra points. And it was like throwing a wiffle ball. They were having to kick it just to get it to curve right back into the because it was a crosswind that was blowing open into the stadium.
And we've got a 3-0, so somebody did make a field goal.
Somebody made a field goal.
That's pretty remarkable.
Yeah,
I got to see that one.
So that's a pretty big point spread. If you're on Villanova, you're feeling good right now. 21 points. South Dakota State was the favorite in that one, but 3-0 as they play in the FCS playoffs there. 250th anniversary of the Boston Tea Party. We're in Boston, or actually Foxborough today for the Army-Navy game. Next year it's D.C., then Baltimore, and then back to New York City.
Let's do D.C. next year.
You want to go to D.C. next
We're not
year?
here.
But you know what I hate?
I've never been to D.C. Two birds, one stone.
Oh, you've never been
to D.C.
No, D.C.'s a great, that's a great place to go, yeah.
So you've never been to the Washington Monument?
Well, I've never been to D.C.
Lincoln Memorial?
They don't travel that thing, do they?
No? Never came to Birmingham? You've seen the Statue of Liberty in Birmingham, though, haven't you?
Yeah, I see it on 459.
Yeah,
all
459 looks bigger on TV.
No, I've been to the Statue of Liberty. I've never been to D.C. for whatever reason.
Give me the list.
I missed the bus trip in 5th grade.
Give me the list of things that underwhelmed you about D.C. It's got to be extensive, yeah.
St. Elmo's fire?
I don't think anything disappointed me.
That is an upset in its own right. So you went on that trip and you didn't see anything. You're like, I thought it'd be better.
No, at that point I couldn't get into the White House you beat up some mailboxes when you're a kid.
Did you get flagged?
With an aluminum bat? You've got a felony and you can't make it into the White House.
Yeah.
Do you have a felony on your record?
Technically it was a federal offense. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but you bash 8, 9, 10, 11 mailboxes with an aluminum bat while drinking Bud Light. They don't like it.
How'd you get caught?
Not a standard 12-year-old.
Because when you hit one mailbox, that person calls the police. And by the time you're on the 11th mailbox, the police has called up to you.
You got to spread it out. And much like murder, I always knew the people's mailboxes I took off. But we would do it with a brick out of the car, a brick on the back of a motorcycle.
We did it with an aluminum baseball bat because we had just been we thought we had been eliminated from the high school baseball playoffs. We didn't think we were going to make it.
Y'all did math wrong.
You're not going to need this Easton.
Yeah, we looked at the wrong standings.
So we were rolling through town,
right,
bashing mailboxes in Pelham because we thought they were going to lose that night because they hadn't won a game all year to Pell City, and we needed them to win. So we were just bashing.
Oh, so
mailboxes.
Pelham needed to beat Pell City for y'all to get in the playoffs.
And
so
they were winless on the year.
So y'all go
yeah, they were playing a night game. It was night. Boom, boom, boom.
Right.
Come to find out, they pulled a massive upset.
Pelham beat
Brad,
Pell City.
Yeah.
Didn't you play golf with a dude? I took his mailbox off and threw it on my ex-wife's front porch.
Well, I don't remember that story. I vaguely remember that story. So, oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, that was high school. So she is her ex-boyfriend. It was a lot of drama.
Yeah, when I was,
I took his mailbox and threw it on her parents' front porch.
Yeah, I was playing golf.
Probably immature, but I was 15.
Was that like the high school version of a horse's head in the mob?
It was.
Yeah. You keep seeing him. Here's his mailbox.
Yeah.
If you keep dating him, there'll be more of him on the porch.
I completely forgot that story. No, I'm playing golf, and he's like, "Hey, I actually knew Lance a little bit growing up." I was like, "Really?" He goes, "I said, so you grew up around here?" He goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "Yeah." One time he destroyed a mailbox, threw it on my wife's front porch, but other than that, I was like, "Was that recent?" He goes, "No, it's when we were growing up." Oh, okay. That's what
I've worked on my anger issues.
Lance'sLock.com if you want his pick on Army Navy today. 2:00 on CBS. That's coming up, and you'll watch it here in the main room. If you're here with us at the Flora-Bama, there'll be other TVs around the place if we sell out in here. And then, of course, the Santa drop or the Santa arrival is coming up here in about 13, 14, 15 minutes, right?
Bottom of the hour, about 20 minutes, 20-ish minutes. I don't know. I'm going to check, see if we can show anything. I mean, we're going to show the drop live. I don't know if there's going to be a dramatic shot here.
I mean, just get Buddy. Buddy's our buddy.
Yeah, I'm texting him right now. Can we show Santa arriving still? If you're just joining us, there is going to be no drop because of wind. Johnston RV Center brings you the show. Johnston RV Center is on I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. They're always online at johnstonrvcenter.com. That's where you can find everything they've got, which right now is an extensive selection of previously owned recreational vehicles. You guys, and I hope you know how much we appreciate the way you support our advertisers. And you guys have traded so much in right now that they're just overstocked, honestly, and previously owned. But that's good for you, right? It's great for them, but it's really good for you because they're willing to make really good deals to get that out of the way for all the new stuff that's coming in from the Forest River Expo. You benefit from it. So go get great deals at Johnston RV Center right now. I-65 exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur, and always online at johnstonrvcenter.com, johnstonrvcenter.com. Also, Champy's world famous fried chicken if you're looking for a great lunch today.
That's right. Wonderful cook to order fried chicken, all the sides. Wonderful bar there. Highway 119 in Alabaster. Sterling and his crew, champyschicken.com, champyschicken.com. I don't know about your favorite memories of Army-Navy games, but sometimes when it's really cold or flurry of snow or something, those are the best games that pop to my mind. Today in Foxborough at Kick, it'll be 52 degrees, cloudy, no chance of rain. Actually less than 5%, so there's a 3% chance. I won't say no chance. No snow, so really a balmy Army-Navy game today. Wind will be less than 10 miles per hour.
Yeah, there's
in the 50s.
Like if I've got stake in the game, like if my team, if the Rams are playing, I really don't want to see a snow game. But if I don't have a stake in the game, I love snow games from the couch.
And I do too.
I think it would be awesome if we had a blizzard today.
Yeah. Unfortunately, we won't get it, but I'm kind of like Lance on games like this. I kind of like a snow game, just to give a little something different.
Well, you have two teams that are really good at running the ball anyway. So when it's in the snow, it just seems to add a little bit more to it. Look forward to today's contest.
Well, speaking of that, though,
both teams 5 and 6, by the way, as they come in.
You know, when you get the bad elements, you get some of those turnovers, and if Navy is going to win this game, they're third in the FBS and plus 13 turnover margin. So they force a lot of turnovers.
Yeah. And if they don't get at least 2 turnovers a game, they're 0-3. Games that are not multiple turnovers, they have not won. They're 0-3.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing about, because this is such a tight game, watching this here last year, and obviously it went to overtime, but just the swing of emotion. And so really looking forward to that. We got to get some good videos today.
Yeah, we'll get some good videos, and Little T will send them out from all our social media at NextRound Live, on social media at NextRound Live, and we'll send out some good videos from in here. If you've never viewed the game here, I hesitate. I know a lot of the general public would love to do it. This room seating is not unlimited, and you want as much seating as possible for the Army and Navy veterans and active duty personnel. But it is such an amazing atmosphere in here for the game. It won't be half and half. There are obviously more Navy people here because of the proximity of the naval bases. But it's a good split in here. And the way I described it is they're unified for the playing of the anthem.
Yep.
And then for 3 hours, they give each other hell for as much as they can. And then they're unified for the playing of the songs. And it's really cool watching. I remember last year specifically, one side making fun of the hand motions, the other side,
Yeah.
they just start killing each other. It's so good.
A quick observation. We're, a little less than 2 hours away from kick, but I think right now we might have more next round gear in the crowd than Army Navy.
Uh-oh.
It's early.
Hey, listen.
That'll flip quickly.
Hey, I'll go ahead and tell y'all, if you're depending on the next round to fight a war, we're screwed.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and shut the country down.
Serious problems.
Yeah.
For us though, it's like
We'll be the ones back home knitting the uniforms.
That's right. Rosie the Riveter.
go next round, beat ESPN.
No, but it is awesome. I mean, I see a lot of next round gear out there. So.
Yep.
Bill Belichick was the guest picker today on game day. He did.
I bet that was electric.
He did something really cool though, Brown. His dad was an assistant at Navy, so he picked with a midshipman, but he did so by putting on a throwback helmet, 1962 Navy helmet. Barely had a face mask. Had the old skull and crossbones right on the front of it, and on the side of the helmet. I guess they wore this in the game. We've come a long way. 1962 Navy helmet had "Beat Army" written in Chinese on the side of the helmet.
Why in Chinese?
I don't know. I didn't live back then, but
that's when we started to we really started to take those loans out, didn't we?
My God, China owns everything. They own their old helmets.
But in Chinese on the side, for some reason, it said "Beat Army."
Yeah, that is really weird that we went Chinese on that.
I can't believe he put a helmet on.
I really can't either. That's a lot more personality than I thought Belichick even had.
You know what he's doing? This is
show.
his interview.
You think so? He wants to be on game day? He's like, I don't even want to be at an NFL show. I just want to be on game day.
I mean, look how weird the Chinese letters on the side of a football helmet look.
That is bizarre, yeah.
Yeah, if I saw that at your garage selling it for $1, I wouldn't have gotten it.
I know. I would have thought it was
That
real.
thing's really worth, I don't know, $100,000.
Yeah.
By the way, all the game day pickers choose Navy to down the Black Knights today, so nobody saved the graphic.
All five took the underdog?
Everybody took Navy.
That is unbelievable.
And who you on, Dunaway?
I'm on Army. I'm the only guy I've seen so far on Army.
That's
the
good for you.
Yeah.
Everywhere I looked online today was Navy. The game day pickers picked Navy.
That shocks me.
Across the board there. Lance has his play at lanceslock.com, lanceslock.com.
And you can play them, by the way, at MyBookie.ag. I'm looking right here. They've got Army minus 2.5, a total of 28, which you also think over, right? Over the total?
I feel more confident about over than I do the actual side of the game.
Right.
But I will say that if you're new to our show, my nickname is Landmine because I'm horrible at picking things. I usually blow them up. So don't go with my plays.
Well,
this is the professional here.
Army minus 2.5 at MyBookie.ag. You can jump on right now, bet anything, anytime, anywhere with MyBookie.ag. And when you use code NextRound, you get a sign-on bonus up to $1,000. Your initial deposit, they will match it up to $1,000 with a sign-on bonus at MyBookie.ag. That is when you use code NextRound. MyBookie.ag, code NextRound. And while I'm talking, before I forget, you might have noticed on my patch on my sleeve here, this is one of the charities we are very passionate about on this show. Our friends with Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light for 13 years now have donated more than $21 million to Folds of Honor. And we always encourage people to go to foldsofhonor.org. If you do not know what that organization does, they provide college scholarships to spouses and children, members of the military who have died in action or are Purple Heart recipients or have been disabled. They make certain that those family members don't get forgotten along the way. And they provide college scholarships so they can go to school free of charge and get their education. And now they've added first responders, too. So it is an incredible charity that we could not endorse more highly on this show. What was it they told us? 90% goes straight to the scholarship.
Yeah, and I'll say
like
this. One of
overhead.
and we've done some really cool stuff, but one of the more fulfilling things I've ever done on this show was when we went to Academy Sports in Hoover, and we had the little girl, and I forgot her name because it's been 3 years now, I think, and we were able to take her Christmas shopping.
Yep.
Because of Folds of Honor?
Yep. Her dad was killed in the line of duty in Iraq. And we took her and basically cut her loose in Academy and said, go get anything you want. And Academy, by the way, they were the ones that said, you take her there and you tell her to get anything she wants.
Yeah.
That's who did it. But Anheuser-Busch, Bud Light, that's why we tell you always support Anheuser-Busch and Bud Light. $21 million over 13 years to foldsofhonor.org. And I'll tell you this, when we come up with ideas and we're like, hey, we want to include Folds of Honor, never one time, not one time has Anheuser-Busch not said, we'll match anything you guys raise. You just let us know what you raise. We'll double it, and that's what we'll give to Folds of Honor. So it's an amazing organization.
And they've now moved that over to first responders as well. So wherever you can, make sure you give to Folds of Honor. They've been doing that now for almost a decade and a half, giving back to our men and women who serve our country. And we appreciate them so much for always giving back. Great restaurant just down the road. If you'll notice the patch on my arm, Coastal, if you're looking for someplace to eat tonight. I have to mention this 3 more times on the air. I got 3 more payments to pay off this hoodie when I bought it in the Coastal gift shop.
Yeah, this is the hoodie.
Yeah.
And just for everybody out there that Dunaway, it was a little cold. We were watching Alabama-Auburn basketball.
It was in March, and Coastal is open air.
Yeah, and so Dunaway goes into the gift shop. And he's like, I got to get some sleeves.
Well, I'm older now, so I get cold.
And he couldn't see.
I didn't have my glasses with me.
Could not see the price on the tag. And so he went up there, and when they rang it up, how much was it?
It was $187. Yeah.
Is it got 20s in it?
But I didn't know it was $187, and I'm a shy guy, extroverted introvert. So when she said $187, I wasn't going to take it back, so I bought it. So
we've got a friend here that got.
So
a
I
pair
try to wear it twice a week.
We got a friend here that got a pair of boots in the same situation, and I forgot what the price point was, but he wasn't taking them back. He's like, "Are you kidding?"
Is that him?
Yeah. It's a great story though.
Yeah. So Dunaway came back to the table. He was like, Brandon, can you look at this receipt for me? I was like, sure. He goes, does that say $176? I was like, it sure does, Jim. Did you get 3? And he's like, no, I got this one right here. What brand is it?
Maggie makes him wear it once a week.
Oh, it's Johnny O. No wonder.
Yeah.
That's high dollar stuff.
I keep waiting for it to do tricks.
Yeah.
And it doesn't make me look any skinnier either. So there's no magic.
Gives you a hand job though, right?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Speakers are on.
Hello, everybody. It doesn't do that either.
Yeah.
Army Navy coming up a little bit later on today, where 23-3, the Army went over Air Force was big. Then they beat Holy Cross. Then they beat Coastal. So they're a little hot here at the end of the year. Navy is really good as well. Both 5 and 6. Neither team going to a bowl game.
Why is that?
I can't figure that out. I'm a sportscaster.
Yeah. Here's what
It
I
takes
would have
6
done.
wins to have a bowl game, but neither one of them are bowl eligible.
But would you
now.
guys not have done this? Both sitting at 5 and 6. If I'm a bowl, I've got your opponent, and the winner of this game is going to this location.
Why not?
And then you've got extra incentive.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because there were not enough 6-6 teams to the point that
Jack State got it.
That is right. The Gamecocks. Give a shout for the Gamecocks over there. That's right. Jacksonville State
There they are.
Gamecocks. That's right. Some of my fellow Jacksonville State, they probably got their degree from there. I did not. But it wasn't for lack of spending time there. I would say lack of trying. It actually was for lack of trying.
Randy and Vicky upset about that?
Randy and Vicky have quit mentioning it. I'm 47 now. But it occasionally gets brought up by 18-year-old that's sitting over here in this booth.
Yeah, I see her.
That will occasionally mention I don't have my college degree. Yeah.
Hey, don't push me on my grades.
Yeah, I know.
Says the non-grad.
Yeah.
I think we
will
will before we put you in the ground, we will get your degree.
Yeah, so I love my time at Jacksonville State. I'd go back in a heartbeat, but I did not get my degree there. But my point was, that's the whole way they were bowling eligible, but got into the bowl game, was there weren't enough 6-6 teams. And I'm with you. You knew going in that this game was going to produce a 6-6 team. So why not just let that winner go?
Yeah, and I think it would be cool where they could talk about it in the broadcast. Hey, look, the winner of this is going to be going to the Bahamas.
And you know who generally sells a lot of tickets to bowl games? Army and Navy, because almost anywhere they're going to play a bowl game, there's a base nearby.
Yeah, I found out why.
Okay, tell us, Jim.
Holy Cross is FCS. Can't count towards your 6 wins.
No, but you got that exemption.
I thought you had that once every 3-year exemption, but maybe not.
And a Wagner win by Navy keeps them from claiming it as well.
Yeah.
So
I forgot Navy beat the hell out of UAB, didn't they?
They did. That was maybe UAB's worst loss of the year.
Yeah. Like opponents, though, Air Force. And this was if we get a win today by Navy, the Commander-in-Chief trophy will be tied 1-1 for Air Force, Army, Navy. It'll stay with Air Force, who has the trophy right now.
Yeah, and I think the way Navy ended the season with SMU is a little misleading just because SMU was a complete machine at the end of the season.
That's right. So good wins over UAB and East Carolina.
I mean, there was a chance SMU was going to be the Liberty.
Yeah.
They were going to be the team that represented the
You know what? They're
Group of
better
Five.
than Liberty. I think we talked about that.
Yeah, I mean, I think SMU probably should have been that team, but Liberty was undefeated, and
SMU had 2 losses.
SMU had 2 losses, and I don't know if you know this, but the committee was already getting killed for taking an undefeated team out of this thing. I don't think they wanted to do 2.
Yeah, but if I'm Rhett Lashley, hey, look, you guys put in the best teams.
Yeah,
How in the hell are we behind Liberty?
Yeah, we're better than Liberty, and I think SMU is. They were a really good team.
Other than that win over Air Force, best win for Army this year, UTSA on the road, 37-29.
That was an early season.
Yeah, let me point this out. Frank Harris,
Yep.
one of the better quarterbacks in college football, had a toe injury in that game. It was not 100%.
But I remember watching that game. That was a Friday night game at the Alamo Dome, and UTSA could not get Army off the field. Do you remember that?
Yep.
I mean, time of possession. Can you click on the box score right there? Well, I wonder.
This one?
Yeah. Army UTSA time of possession.
I bet it's 38-22.
I mean, Dunaway, they could not get them off the field in that game. All the way. What is that? Yeah, look at that time of possession. So Army had it for 44 minutes and 25 seconds of the game. UTSA had 15 minutes, 35 seconds.
Yeah,
they could not get Army off the field.
Rushed for 254.
Yeah. I remember watching that game thinking, if UTSA could just get one stop, they probably win the game. But Army just ground the clock out.
188 passing yards in that game.
Army did.
Yep.
Well, and look how many completions. How many completions they have? Because there's a bunch of home. Yeah,
8 of 18.
They hit a bunch of home runs. Yeah, I remember that game vividly. I was watching that one.
All right, tell us about the Flora-Bama, man.
So the Flora-Bama, if you've never been, and we've got first timers down here, which is pretty incredible. And a lot of these guys that we talked to were like, we're going to go next year, and they actually they upheld their side and they came down. And if you're looking for a great place, doesn't matter what time of year. I mean, we're in December, and the festivities are incredible. Live music on 5 different stages. The Santa drop today. Unfortunately, Santa's not going to be able to drop, but he's going to be out there. Kid activities all day. Membership cards are available for 2024. New Year's Eve party, which is always really incredible for most people. They've got food. I think it's an open buffet until 11 o'clock. Then they're doing breakfast after midnight. It's $80. You can get your tickets online at Flora-Bama.com.
By the way, South Dakota State blocked a punt. They were trailing 6-3. This would be a massive upset, like Alabama beating Georgia. 26 in a row from South Dakota State. South Dakota State just took the lead back over Villanova with a block punt. Scoop
There she is.
Do you have any more candy like we had?
Yeah.
No, you're out of candy.
Yeah.
That's probably a good call.
So, Buddy the Elf, Santa landed in the Gulf. Did you guys have to do like a water rescue, shallow water rescue for him?
No, we always have lifeguards and everything out there, and just because everyone's near the water, so
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It was like knee deep. He didn't.
Okay.
He didn't miss it by much.
Right.
You know, but
Okay.
You just don't want to take that chance with that
Right.
many kids out on the beach. You know?
Yeah.
So you guys had a good time at the Bama?
Yeah.
Oh, it's been
phenomenal.
Great. Yep.
Did Jennifer replace me as your permanent guest?
No, Jennifer's been good, but you're good too.
Okay. All right.
She's a little better, but
That's my love language is praise. So go ahead. Bring it.
you need a little affirmation.
Can you burp on command like Will Ferrell in the movie?
A little bit. I need something to drink. Those Bushwhackers.
Yeah. Does that make you burp a bushwhacker?
No.
Oh.
So we kept doing the Bushwacker contest after you left last time. And we had it during the bikini contest. 3 minutes and 35 seconds.
Somebody drank a bushwhacker in 335?
3:35. I even give her a big straw and she's like, yeah, I don't need that. Just gulp, gulp.
I mean, it took people like 30 minutes when we were doing it.
Anybody think you can do that? Drink a Bushwacker in 5 minutes?
Mm.
Alex, you set the record. We know that. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's not fair.
Seriously, the brain freeze. And I was like, how do you even do it? She's like, you just go numb after a little bit. So
Oh, God. The brain freeze is awful.
You know, my son, Jack, doesn't get it.
He doesn't get brain freeze.
Nope.
See, I do.
oh,
But
it's terrible.
I love the coaching aspect of things. So I was amazed. The only one I saw on stage down there that night was they were using the technique of taking it and rubbing it between
Trying to warm it up.
their breasts to melt the bushwhacker to make it easier to drink.
Well, that's more than Title IX compensation there. They have an advantage.
Yeah.
I mean, the dudes need advantage on that one now.
Well, I would imagine
I would imagine.
Yeah,
If you
yeah,
had-
probably.
if you had
Yeah.
a more or less circular body than me, you
Yeah.
probably could get some friction going there.
I,
He's not
I
letting
did
us
hear
know.
that round was a
Did you
shake.
hear that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did it again today.
No,
She was like,
didn't.
Brandon doesn't want to DJ as Santa, but could you do it? That's rude.
Did I interrupt a really good conversation?
No, not
of
at
course
all.
not. You
Not
know
at
the
all.
show well.
I got about 5 texts. They were bored, so I thought I'd come in.
Yeah.
Well, I was asking if we could show Santa's arrival because obviously he's not flying in anymore, and you never responded.
I didn't have my phone. I have nowhere to put it.
That's clear.
So,
Yeah.
and then when I saw it, I was like, I'll just come up and talk to you.
Yeah.
So usually we have a backup plan of Santa coming in on the fire truck.
Right.
But the weather was looking so good. You know, the rain kind of moved to late. We were
Look,
thinking,
Denise
okay.
got you hooked up. There
Yep.
you go, buddy.
Oh my goodness. Are you serious?
There's
Do you have
Denise.
any maple syrup we could put on there for a topper?
That
Thank
does
you, Miss
sound good,
Denise. I love
actually.
you.
Yeah.
So it was just too short a time to turn it around to get a fire
Yeah.
truck, which is it's pretty cool entrance though. But,
Yeah.
You know, a little dangerous out on the road, but it works out most of the time. So
Yeah.
we just
So-
brought him in.
Is he here now?
He is. He's in the tent.
Making pictures with the kids.
Long line of kids. We had the Grinch show up this year.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
kids boo the Grinch.
Booed him, and he was giving them onions.
Oh, he was.
Oh.
He gave them big red onions
What a
instead of
dick.
candy. He's a
Yeah.
dick.
Yeah,
You're gonna
really
see a
is.
candy cane and break it in half. Just a total jerk. He didn't like it at all.
Who is the Grinch today?
Actually, our COO of the entire company, Brad Hackert,
Oh, wow.
but a culinary genius, oversees all of our restaurants,
Oh, is that the guy we met over
Including-
across the street?
including Coastal.
Yeah.
Brad, he's
Yeah,
a
very
great
impressive
dude.
guy.
He's very
Yeah.
impressive, very smart. I mean, it starts at the top here at the Bama with leadership. I
Yep.
mean, they're all top notch, man.
Yep,
They are
no doubt.
all top notch. Any good stories from last night after I left?
Boy, I was pretty low key. I went home about 1:30.
Okay.
Watched a movie when I got home.
Wow,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I left the same time he did.
Okay.
I didn't see anything.
man, we got to do something about these gnats, man.
I know.
I know.
Yeah.
I just
I don't know
drank
what it
one though.
is.
It landed
Yeah.
in my bushwhacker.
It's protein.
It's not gonna kill you, right?
Not at all.
What's the line on the game today?
2.5. Army is a 2.5 point favorite at MyBookie.ag.
Who do you like, buddy?
Yeah.
I like them both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like them both.
Yeah.
But life online.
pulling
who would
for
you,
America.
Who would you? Who wins the game today?
Man, I don't even know.
Okay.
I don't even know. What are you guys thinking? Is there an advantage somehow, some way by playing in the Patriot Stadium?
No.
Everybody's picking Navy. That I
Everyone's
see.
picking Navy. Didn't they win
Except
last year?
Dunaway.
Except for me. I picked Army.
Okay. All right.
But I always pick Army.
What are the odds somebody does more than 100 push-ups at halftime?
What
in
was
60 seconds?
what did the guy do last year? Do you remember the actual number?
The guy from Army was
Yep.
probably 6'2",
Yep.
pretty big big dude, and did 82
Right.
in 60 seconds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but the Navy guy was a little guy.
Yeah, and
right?
he had short arms, so he was just hammering
106
106 in a minute.
in a minute.
106 push-ups in a
Yeah.
minute.
Quick math,
We-
that's almost 2 per second.
And
Yeah, they were hot, man. It was cool
Yeah.
to watch. And then we have a huge Samuel Adams Stein to give away today to the winner too.
Yeah, I saw that.
We'll do it again today. It'll be fun. You guys want in on it?
no, I
Nope.
do not
Nope.
want in on the push-up contest.
I don't wanna-
I
I don't wanna
absolutely
lose
do
the
not.
Do you?
I don't want to lose my circular shape.
No. Oh, I
Yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
No, my arms are too long, man. Look, completely disadvantaged.
How much sleep did you get last night?
It was a good night. It was a good night. I don't even know what time we got home.
No, but Buddy usually gets what, 12 minutes? What was
45 minutes most
Okay,
of the time. Yeah. No, I got a full 40.
it? So that was maybe the best line of the entire movie.
Wasn't it?
Yeah, after he whittled, he used their like armoire,
Yeah.
Oh, I got a full 40.
make a rocking horse.
Full 40 minutes of sleep.
So you know all the facts. It seems like you're ready to be quizzed today about Buddy the Elf.
We can go there if you don't want to.
You got
I
questions?
love the movie.
It's a good movie.
I love it.
It's my favorite wholesome Christmas movie.
I love the look on his face when he's like, "Your dad, buddy, is on the naughty list."
What?
Jimmy Kahn was a great.
Wasn't he great?
Yeah, it was a great villain
Perfect
in the
role for
movie.
him.
Yep.
Perfect role.
Absolutely.
How many different characters do you play in the course of one season, one year?
Let's see.
Well, he
If-
plays director of entertainment here at the Flora-Bama.
I do play that.
That's his best acting job.
Just whatever, I have a lot of them.
There's some game show you do, right?
No, he's the bee in the spelling bee.
The
bee
Boozy
and the
Bee
spelling
spelling bee.
bee.
we
Yeah.
do.
Right.
Yeah. So all the contestants drink for a couple hours, and then we have them spell words.
Give us a word.
Where a lot of them were categories, right? Like, so STDs was a category.
Okay.
And then,
All right.
so gonorrhea was
That's
word,
a tough
right?
one, though. I never know where to put all this.
Flora-Bama was a category.
G-O-N.
It's 2 N's.
Is it 2 N's?
Yeah, and then ORHEA, I think.
Okay.
And then we did a Flora-Bama category, which Bushwacker.
Yeah.
We did bad decisions.
Wait,
This was
somebody had to spell
Jägermeister.
Bushwacker?
Yeah, go ahead.
See, you're
Yeah.
Spell
see-
Bushwacker. It's not on the cup. Don't cheat.
Yep.
B-U-S-H.
Got the bush.
This is interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you,
W
that,
Yep.
here's where it gets tricky.
Yeah. Where are you going?
You got to put an
H.
Yeah. Nope. He's
No.
missing. Yep.
A-C-K-E-R.
Throw 'em out.
There's
No.
no H?
One H.
Nope, there's
one
no
H in
H.
Mother.
Bushwacker.
Oh, no. Wait a minute.
Now there's an H in mother.
That is true. Hey, gonorrhea, by the way, is spelled G-O-N-O-R-R.
Not two
H-E-A.
N's.
No,
Not two
no,
N's.
no, it is one N. G-O-N-O-R-R-H-E-A.
Wow. I mean, I don't know how to spell. I had syphilis at one. Hey, Patty.
There's Buddy's wife at the end of the bar.
Just kidding, lovebird.
No, the one thing
Can you spell syphilis?
I got it from a toilet seat. What?
Yeah, can you spell
But not here. Not here.
No, not here.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can you spell syphilis?
It starts. Isn't it?
It's
C?
S.
Well, it starts with an S, of
S,
course.
S.
Yeah.
I thought it was a C. So
Syphilis.
SYPALIS. There's 2 L's.
Oh, so
There
you
is a-
spelled
I think there is-
syphilis.
I think
Sip.
there's
Oh, PH.
there's a PH.
If you
yeah.
can spell penicillin, I'll give you
Oh, I'll look that one up.
I'll give you a 20 spot right now.
Seriously.
Uh-huh.
If I spell it wrong, do I have to get 20 back?
Nope. This is all win for you.
Good. Because I didn't have time to go through Patty's purse before I left this morning. So I don't have a lot of cash.
Penicillin.
Penicillin.
Uh-huh.
I'll actually make it 50.
I don't want your $50.
No, I want you to spell penicillin.
You know what this would do though?
What?
Cover like a quarter of your tab from yesterday. They came and got me. They're like,
Buddy's a
how long are you
jokester.
gonna let him drink? I'm like, I don't know. It's 11:30.
Yeah,
Where are we
it
at?
was.
Like we're at $1.50 right now.
It was 11:30.
Does this guy live here now? No.
PENCILLAN.
No,
Nope.
you left out an I.
I.
PENICILLIN.
I hate that we're floating out the vibe for all of these STDs
I know.
today.
Yeah,
That's
well,
the first
yeah.
category I could think of.
I apologize.
Yeah, I was wondering how we got here.
Yeah.
Is there? Did we
Buddy.
get Army guy Tom on? Did you? talk
No,
to him
he did
today?
not. Yeah, I talked to him, but he did not come on. Yeah.
His story is so cool. He flies in every year for this weekend, and what he told the staff was, if you're in here, Tom, I'm sorry if I'm paraphrasing. That
Well, if Tom's in here, he can come on.
I don't
you can
see
come
him.
up.
I don't
If you
see him in
can-
here.
If you can be at the stadium, go there. If not, this is the second best place to watch
Yeah.
it. And you guys witnessed it last
No,
year.
and we said this earlier. So Dunaway brought this up. It's in DC next year, and I said we ought to go. But if we don't go, we're 100% back here.
Wow, you'd pass up
I mean,
here
we've never,
to go there and do it live? Is
we-
that what I'm hearing?
No, we've never been to the game.
I do want to go to the
What if
game
you get
one
an
time.
invite and do your show from up there?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the only reason we wouldn't be here.
Gotcha.
Yeah. You want to go with us? You really can't though, because you're kind of tied down.
No, I'm
here.
going to be busy.
Yeah, I know.
I'll
I'm
be
aware,
here.
Steve. I'm aware.
We do Bulls on the beach. Let's do Army Navy on the beach.
Army Navy
one
on
year.
the beach.
Oh,
Yeah,
that'd be
how awesome
awesome.
would that be?
We did rugby on the beach last year.
Yeah.
A rugby group came in and it was hot. It was like July, August.
Did anybody get rolled out on a gurney?
Yes, numerous.
Yeah, I was about to say
That is
because
so rough.
so Robert Edwards, who was a great Georgia running back, played for the Patriots, and after his rookie season, incredible rookie season, almost lost his leg playing a football game on the beach.
It's crazy.
And it's not really good for cutting.
I walk across the beach the next day. I'm like, oh my,
Yeah,
I worked out.
I know.
It's terrible.
Yep.
All right, guys.
All right,
I'm gonna
thank
let
you.
finish it up.
We're about to wrap up. You
We're
can stick
wrapping
around and wrap up.
Can I?
Yeah, we're
You want
almost done.
to test the room, or you think there's more Army or Navy in here?
Where are we at so far? Army?
Navy. That's more Army.
Yeah,
It's
it's more
close.
Army right
It's
now.
close.
Yeah,
And
more
it's
Army.
going to arrive.
Tell us real quick though, 2024 memberships, New Year's Eve.
Yes. So the New Year's Eve tickets are on sale. They're 75 right now, and sometime in December, closer to the date, they go up to 85. But listen, the champagne split, everybody gets that. 2 buffets, one that starts at 6 p.m. and then a breakfast buffet that starts at midnight.
Oh,
And there, if you look at the
Which
schedule,
one gets picked on more though, the midnight one?
oh yeah. People, they and it's great because liability wise, we should be feeding them before they leave. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I
we
get
always keep that in mind.
Yeah.
So that's a great time. Polar Bear Dip the next day at noon is unbelievable. We had probably at least between 4,000 and 5,000 last year, and then everybody comes inside and gets red beans.
What is the temp on
and
that
rice and
water?
beer.
Is it in the
Oh,
50s?
great.
Never in the 50s.
Okay.
No, I mean no. 68 probably. Not
But
even
68's gold.
I mean, yeah, but it depends on the weather, right? If it rains and it's windy
Yeah.
and cold, that top water is going to be colder. But some great events, man. We're looking forward to. Do we decide how many times you're coming back next year? Do we want to negotiate?
We
that
talked about a.
Well, we were doing every quarter. I think every 3 months would be a
Well, we talked about
or
doing
every
a.
2 months. Would
We
be a
talked
little
about doing a summer launch and a summer goodbye. That's what Steve and I
Yeah.
talked about the other day, and then that would be 3.
like 100 days of summer kind of thing?
Yeah, kind of thing. What are you doing over there?
Buddy is struggling.
Buddy's he's a mess.
They're taking 835 pictures today.
835. You
At
kidding?
least.
Yeah.
At least. The Grinch got more attention than me, though, so it was fun.
Hey, thank you to Johnston RV Center for bringing the show. Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. They're getting a hand. They should.
Nick.
It's,
Love
it's a
them,
great
man.
American
My
company.
man,
thank you,
Nick.
Johnston.
Yep, Johnston RV Center, I-65, exit 304 in Coleman, 334 in Decatur. Always online, johnstonrvcenter.com. And
You got a story?
Look at Nick sitting there behaving so well.
I know.
No, he brought 2 enablers. I said his
Yeah.
buddies.
You're behaving yourself so well, Nick. I'm so impressed. Look at you.
Yeah.
You got a really good chance of staying the whole night tonight.
Somebody's got to be the adult.
Also, Champy's world famous fried chicken.
That's
Yeah,
right.
that's
Champy's Chicken, Highway 119 in Alabaster. You can't beat it. A great place to watch the games and pick up lunch or dinner anytime right there every day of the week,
Yep.
right there with Sterling and the folks on 119 in Alabaster.
I can't wait to see what starts popping up on my iPad after I just sit here and Googled syphilis and
You
gonorrhea.
did. That was
I
your
did.
computer.
Yeah, I didn't think about that as I was
Back to
Googling
that. Back to the last 5 searches on your computer.
it. Yeah, I know. Brown has searched penicillin, syphilis, and gonorrhea.
Something's going on.
Yeah, I don't know.
As long as it's not your 10-year memory popping up on Facebook.
That's right. That's right. Or your wife uses your computer.
Yeah.
I went into type.
Right, I need to ask you something.
All right.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you to Flora-Bama for hosting us.
Oh,
Everybody
I'll
enjoy
ask
the
you in a
game.
minute.
What do you think
That's
of our
awesome.
helmet?
I love
right?
this.
Yeah.
I love that.
How good looking is this
Just
helmet?
get that?
Yeah, it was a gift.
Yeah, it was a gift.
Ah,
Have
Yeah.
you?
Your
Young
listeners and
Baylor-
sponsors
young Baylor
love
made
you
this
guys
for us.
so much. I
Yeah.
love it, man.
Baylor
Yeah.
Smith.
It's
Yep.
so great.
Yep.
That is great. Thank you. We love our partnership. Like I said in the text last night, Patty really loves you guys.
She should.
But it's just so cool to know that you're going to be here and you bring people with you, and then we just all hang out like friends
Yep.
and family.
That's
it's
what we are.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly. So we feel really fortunate to be a part, aligned with your brand of NextRound and having you guys here. We love it, man.
You gotten skinny.
I know,
Uncle Buddy.
I know. I
Uncle
gotta
Buddy.
drink
Losing
more
the-
Bushwackers.
Losing them LBs.
More candy, man.
My favorite part of this week. Does anybody want to talk about a favorite part of the week?
Sure.
How Dunaway is so sneaky funny.
Is
You-
he sneaky funny?
You pick your time. Yesterday, go back and watch when Jennifer was on here yesterday. You held your own, even
Yeah.
better. But you're well thought, and then you're like well placed.
You know that I've not said a lot here because I've got nothing funny to say now, but I'm trying to talk less but make it more impactful.
Gotcha. Well, you're doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think I was very funny yesterday.
No,
if I
you
can
were.
say so myself.
You were. We had a great time.
I don't remember, but you were going to give us a point that he said that was really funny, but you couldn't really come up with it.
Well, I can't remember exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Situational humor.
I'll go back and watch the video. It'll be fine.
I thought she was funny laying in the round is a shame.
Oh, she's hilarious. Yeah.
That's just how it is around here.
Yeah.
If you
All right.
can't, if you can dish it out,
Hey,
you
do
better
we?
take it. You know?
I was going to ask you this.
What?
Do we have a place to sit?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
do.
right,
We got.
yeah.
We're over
Yeah,
here.
we're good.
Yeah,
Yep.
okay.
Yeah, we're gonna
Hey,
deal with
we're about to get off this stage, pull down the big screen, get set up for Army
it.
Navy.
You got
right?
it.
Yeah.
You got it. It's going to be a good one. Cam Price is in the house.
That's right.
Cam Price.
Cam
Cam
Price
Price.
in the house.
Veteran right there.
Yeah, wearing his Army shirt as always. Yeah.
What's the game? What's the score going to be? Army going to win?
Doesn't
Oh, yeah,
matter.
there
Army's
you go.
winning.
Doesn't matter. Army's
Yep.
winning.
He said score is Army on top.
That's
Okay.
right.
Yep,
That's
the
right.
score.
All right, guys. Thank you very
All right,
much. We
thank you,
appreciate y'all
guys.
so much.
Thank you, Flora-Bama. Thanks everybody for being here. Everybody enjoy the game.
It'll be a good one.
Enjoy the game. Have fun. Drink a lot. Behave. Nobody fight.
Go Army.
Go Army. Beat Navy. Go Navy. Beat Army. And support Johnston RV Center.